Okay, here we go. It's like they've just unleashed the beast all of a sudden. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Molly, and in this video I'm going to be listening to the album Far Beyond Driven by Pantera. Now I am very quickly becoming a huge Pantera fan. So far I've heard their 5th studio album Cowboys from Hell and their 6th studio album Vulgar Display of Power, both of which just brought an amazing amount of energy to them. So I figured it was about time I check out their 7th studio album Far Beyond Driven. A lot of you have been saying that this one somehow goes even heavier, so yeah, I'm just really looking forward to hearing it. Alright, starting Far Beyond Driven off is track 1 called Strength Beyond Strength.
There's nothing, no education, no family life, to all of us, a broken record. Fuck you and your college dream, don't know, you're working for perfect life.
I guess this album is just gonna start off with absolutely no introduction. Man, this track just came rolling in with such a punch. I love how echoey the percussion was just there. What is this tone that I'm hearing now? Is it the guitar? It weirdly almost sounds like a kazoo. Well, that was track 1, Strength Beyond Strength. Talk about a punchy way to get an album started. I don't even know where to begin with that one. I got so caught up in all of the sounds that I was hearing. They kept changing that song up. It would do all of these unexpected things. 1 minute, it would kind of fall into that more sludgy, heavier, kind of slowed down sound. And then they would bring that sharp, like stopping and starting with the percussion and everything. His vocal delivery too was just absolutely massive. So much energy pouring out from that song. But yeah, I am very excited to hear more from this album, so I'm going to continue on with track 2, which is called Becoming. I love that little tone from the guitar that's so high-pitched and almost squeaky sounding. It's such a contrast to the rest of the heaviness of this song. Yeah, there's almost a sludge factor to the sound of this. It's almost reminiscent of like a really intensely disturbed Alice in Chains. It's like a bunch of springs or something. That was track 2, Becoming. A really strong steadiness to that one. It had this very methodical sound to it. It was almost like you were in a factory or something. It just had this continuous procession of sound, if that makes sense. And his vocals, I just can't get over how heavy and weighed down they sound. They're just bringing so much intensity. There's almost like this guttural heaviness coming from him. All right, moving on to track 3 is 5 Minutes Alone. Just when I think he can't get any more intense with his voice, he somehow makes it even darker and deeper sounding. I love that short little interjection from the guitar just there. It brought a little bit of lightness, and then the song just got yanked right back down. it's like a gun being fired or something. There's just these short, sharp bursts of so much intensity. How that song just suddenly stopped like that. That was so much fun, so unexpected. That was track 3, 5 Minutes Alone. Man, when you guys were saying in the comments that this album goes even heavier than the previous 2 that I've heard, I almost couldn't really believe that because of how heavy those other 2 were. But that song might just be the heaviest Pantera song I've heard yet. That one was absolutely incredible. His vocal delivery was just so heavy and thunderous almost. He just brought so much intensity to it. And all of the quick stopping and starting that they were doing with the rhythm of that track, it was almost like a hammer just hitting you over the head continuously. But I'm going to continue on with track 4, which is called I'm Broken. Okay, unexpected vocals here at the beginning. That sort of call and response type thing they were doing. Yeah, there's almost a touch of like an ambience to this song, something almost atmospheric at times about it, just with how they're implementing this sort of like slight echoiness. It's like these continuous blasts of energy coming at you with all of this stopping and starting. I love the rhythmic stuff that Pantera always implements. That was track 4, I'm Broken. Very interesting vocal pattern with that one. Very unexpected with that back and forth. At times it almost sounded like they had a second vocalist. I don't think that they did. I think it was just them kind of layering up the main singer's vocals. And there was almost a touch of dissonance or something at times on that song too. It kind of gave it this slight atmospheric quality. Alright, up next is track 5 called Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. This one is definitely different with that weird distortion on the guitar at the beginning. And the vocals too are obviously different, more just like a talking style, not really singing. This maniacal laughter in the background. There's something weirdly unsettling about this song.
I told you, motherfucker.
That was track 5, Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. It was almost like a little interlude on this album. That's kind of the impression that it gave me. It was a little bit on the shorter side. It sort of had this more slowed down, like ambient style to it. And with his vocal delivery too, with the talking style, it kind of slowed it down, lessened the intensity. But there was still something so ominous about that track. It felt like something was building up. It was almost threatening in a way with its tone. But up next is track 6 called Hard Lines, Sunken Cheeks. Okay, here we go. It's like they've just unleashed the beast all of a sudden.
These are lies and sunken tricks on textbook reasons. All these questions come alive. My soul for a good. Get out now,
I love the rolling quality that the percussion has on this chorus. It's kind of like it's just going all over my headphones. There's something so haunted about this song. That little break we just had there where it got really quiet all of a sudden, that was so unexpected. It's like that song just flew up to a high and then almost dissipated with its sound, like floated off, and now it's kind of sinking back down into this fuzziness. It just sounds so menacing, how he's whispering that vocal. That was track 6, Hard Lines, Sunken Cheeks. So much variety with that track. It's actually kind of mind-blowing how many different sounds and stuff they had on that. Even just the style of that track changed up. On the verses, it almost had this really quick back and forth kind of nu metal style, like almost a borderline rap quality to his voice with how speedy the vocals were. And then on the chorus, it just smoothed out and it sunk down into that amazing heaviness. Moving on is track 7 called Slaughtered. It sounds like his voice is being distorted a little bit on this one. I love the intensity the drums are being played here. I love this guitar right here. It's really standing out because it's got a little bit of a higher tone. It sounds very clean compared to how heavy and sludgy much of this album has been. That was track 7, Slaughtered. I loved the drums across that whole track. They were really standing out to me on that one. At times, they had a very light touch to them. Like the drummer was playing with such intense speed, but there was a sort of deftness, like a lightness to the way he was playing. And then his vocals were interesting. They sort of had that distorted quality to them, which kind of brought it down. It brought this level of murkiness almost to that track, and then the instrumentals kind of contrasted that. But moving on to track 8 is 25 Years. I absolutely love the tone that I'm hearing right now. It's so sludgy. It's almost like an engine revving up or something. I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's almost like the music is attacking you. It's just so unrelenting. It's just coming at you in these quick, sharp bursts. I certainly would not touch him with that vocal delivery. It's so ominous and threatening. See what I mean about them almost having this hip-hop-ish style to their delivery? It's like this really rapid back and forth.
we're fucking you back.
That was track 8, 25 Years. That one had a very nu metal-esque style to it with all of the stopping and starting and sort of that hip-hop style vocal delivery I was talking about. It fell into this great pocket and it had this amazing sharpness to it almost with how they were stopping it and starting it so much. And then it would smooth out at times though, like on the chorus, it kind of took on this more balanced out tone and it was like the song kind of enveloped you and then they would take it right back to that sharp staccato-ness. I loved that back and forth. All right, moving on is track 9 called Shedding Skin. That track all of a sudden was surprisingly a little bit melodic there. It had some lighter touches, but then his voice was so ominous. Really cool effects just there on the guitar. That right there, I love it. It's so different. It almost has like this weirdly electronic tone for a second.
To get you off, you need the fear, the fear, the fear of me.
I loved that contrast just there, how high-pitched that guitar tone was, and then that sludginess came back in. That was track 9, Shedding Skin. This entire album has had so much variety on it, but that track might take the cake as like the song featuring the most all over the placeness from Pantera. I loved that flash from the guitar at times. It brought such an unexpected sort of lightness almost to Pantera's music. And then his vocal delivery just brought this heavy, ominous tone again, like there was something so threatening about that song. But up next is track 10 called Use My Third Arm. Man, this one's got some speed to it, that's for sure. That vocal delivery just reminded me a little bit of System of a Down. What was that just there from the guitar? That was a new sound. That vocal, it's like he's being submerged underwater or something, just plunged downward. That was track 10, Use My Third Arm. I think that's the speediest song on this album by far. That one was just so brutally intense. It was just coming at you so unrelenting. And they kept outdoing themselves too. It would kind of take on this sort of dissipated sound and then it would just build up and up and up. And just when I thought it couldn't get any more intense, they would top that and just take it to another level. Just a crazy amount of energy on that one. All right, up next is track 11 called Throes of Rejection. It almost sounded like someone faintly screaming there in the background, but it might have just been the guitar.
This is fitting what I am.
I loved that just there from the drums, the way they delivered that. His vocal delivery on those talking parts is just so interesting. There's almost a sort of slurring quality that he has. It's kind of bringing this like slowed down languidness to their sound, and then it'll snap right back into that really intense aggression. There's like a bounciness here to the guitar. That was track 11, Throes of Rejection. It feels a little bit odd that I'm smiling throughout this album considering how heavy and intense it is. I mean, every single song on this record has an explicit symbol next to it, but it's just so much fun to listen to. All of the variety that they're throwing on this album is just insane. And I loved on that song how they had that more pulled in restrained section with the talking vocalization, and then when he said rejection, it just let loose all of the energy. Just absolutely amazing. But I'm gonna move on to the final song on Far Beyond Driven, which is track 12 called Planet Caravan. Okay, right off the bat, this one is very different. The percussion has this awesome natural organic quality to it. It kind of sounds like an acoustic guitar too, and then his vocals are way less intense. That was a cool effect I just heard in the background. It's like stars shining in the sky. There's like a twinkliness to its sound. Okay, he just said silver starlight. That's cool. The tone of that effect they're doing, I just said sounded like stars twinkling. This song is so immersive. Even though it's pretty pulled back, it's definitely the calmest on this album. It's surrounding me almost with sound. It's like I'm just being enveloped in this atmosphere they're creating. That was track 12, Planet Caravan, a markedly different song compared to the rest of this album. That one brought such an amazing lushness to it, a more relaxed quality. I kept saying throughout this whole album they wouldn't let you take a breath, like they just kept throwing so much energy at you, and I feel like that last track was a respite from all of that intensity that you've had across the other 11 songs. Well, that is going to conclude my reaction to Far Beyond Driven, the 7th studio album from Pantera. This was yet another fantastic addition to their discography, and when you all kept telling me in the comments that they took this one even heavier than their previous 2 albums, I found that very difficult to believe, but now I see what you're all talking about. This one was just brutal, so much intensity and energy coming at you. Track 3, 5 Minutes Alone, just brought a certain intensity to it that was so addictive. I absolutely loved that one. And track 9, Shedding Skin, had so much variety with its tone and everything, and all of the different things that they were doing. It had those more atmospheric, pulled in, like creepy parts as well, which was cool. But yeah, Far Beyond Driven, I can't get this grin off my face. This album was so amazing to listen to, and I am definitely going to continue on with Pantera's discography. I know a lot of you want me to check out The Great Southern Trendkill, so I'll definitely try and get to a reaction to that one soon. And yeah, as usual, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.